Good morning and welcome. Welcome each of you to a mini workshop on how to make a delicious, healthy smoothie without sugar and without milk. So as you learn from me about how to make a delicious, healthy smoothie, I'd also like for you to learn from each other. But first, let's start with some significant facts from the United States Department of Agriculture. Americans consume 3.5 million pounds of candy each year. On average, each American consumes 120 pounds of sugar. Now tell me, what do you think the effects that all the sugar we're eating is having on our bodies?
Well, for one, I think everybody knows there's a huge obesity problem in the United States, especially among young people.
Okay.
Which is very bad for our health.
All right. What else?
I think some studies have linked some, hyperactivity and some learning issues with the amount of sugar that children are consuming.
Okay, very good. So, what are some other things that we're hearing that the American diet contains too much of, in addition to sugar? What else?
Fat.
Fat, absolutely. So we're getting too much fat in our diet as well. And studies obviously show that when we consume too much fat in our diet, what might be some of the effects of having too much fat?
Heart disease.
Heart disease, absolutely. And what else might be another effect of consuming? Diabetes, absolutely. So we're getting too much fat in our bodies. We're actually basically deteriorating our health. And we know that both sugar and fats can have very harmful effects on the body if we consume too much of it. So what I'd like to do is show you how to add more fruits and more vegetables to your body. So what I'm going to do is demonstrate basically how you can add more fruits to your body on an everyday basis, okay, while improving the balance of energy in your body as well as improving your overall health. All right? So if you will, why don't we move over here. So we're going to make a smoothie using apples and bananas, as I mentioned, and grapes, and also strawberries. So I've already pre-prepped this, so what I'm going to do is add just a little ice, because ice gives it that very frothy texture. So add just a little ice in the blender, and then we're going to add actually our banana. So I'm just going to basically cut up bananas. You can just break them up with your hands, and actually you can use any fruits that you really want in here, okay? And then I'm going to throw in some strawberries. All right. And then I'm going to throw in some grapes. So we're going to put some grapes in it. And after we put our grapes in, then I'm going to just put a little juice. And you can use any kind of juice that you want. I mean, just to get the blender going, I put a little juice in here. But the goal is to use a juice that is very natural, which is what I recommend. And so we're going to go ahead and put that in and turn our blender on. Let's get my glasses so I can see here. And as you can see, that took just a few seconds in the morning to actually prepare. It didn't take long at all. So we're going to, so now we're going to sample our smoothie and see what it tastes like. All right. Okay, this one here. And here's one for you. And here's one for you. And I'm going to take one. Now, tell me, what do you think?
Very refreshing.
Yes, it is. I'm glad you like it. Be honest if you like it. Okay, and you can see, you can use any kind of fruit that you want. There's no milk, no sugar, any fruit. The goal is to just add more fruit to your everyday diet, okay? You just throw in whatever kind of fruit you want. I just chose these fruits, okay, just for the demonstration. Okay, so it is delicious. All right, so now we're going to test. I said it's going to be nutritional, so let's see if we can determine if it's nutritional or not. Okay, so if you'd like to have a seed, we're going to actually look at some handouts. And why don't we take some handouts here. Actually, we're going to put you in groups. Let's groups, your partners, and then you two are partners, okay? So group 1 and 2, group 1, your assignment basically is to tell me the nutritional value that's in strawberries and apples, okay? And then I want you to tell me any insights that you've gained from the chart. And your group, I'd like to assign basically the bananas and also the grapes. Tell me what nutritional value that grapes and bananas have, okay? And tell me any insights that you gather from that. It'll take about 30 seconds to do that. Okay, so what are some things that you've learned from looking at the fact chart?
I think the strawberries are pretty low in calories. So
Okay.
Always nice. And pretty low in carbohydrates as well.
Okay, very good. What are some other
One thing I
nutritional
didn't
facts?
know is strawberries are really, really high in vitamin C.
Okay, very good.
So when my kids are about to catch a cold, I always like to pump them up with orange juice, but now I
Okay.
can throw some strawberries in there and
Okay,
get
very
some
good.
effect.
Anyone else? Any other nutritional facts? That's good insight. Thank you. Other nutritional facts?
Well, grapes and bananas are a good source of potassium.
Okay, very good. So we know now that it's not only nutritious by adding fruits to our actually everyday life, but it's also nutritious. Okay? So we know the research tells us basically that strawberries really are good, has good sources of fiber, and they're very good for our digestive system. Strawberries are also anti-inflammatory, and they also have a lot of antioxidants in them, which are cancer-fighting agents. So that's really important to know. And bananas, all of us, you've heard many times, has lots of potassium in it, and it does. It has lots of fiber also. That's good for our digestive systems as well. And one thing about potassium, it really helps to lower blood pressure, which of course, in fact, helps prevent heart disease as well as strokes. So it's very important that we consume more of potassium. Apples, of course, also helps, according to the research, bone protection. Apples also are good to lower cholesterol, and also it's good for asthma health. Okay? So we found that not only is adding fruits to our everyday life very delicious, but it's also very nutritious for us. So I'd like for us to just wrap up. Any questions? Okay, so I'd just like to wrap up with kind of where we started today, and that was looking at some statistics from the U.S. Department of Agriculture in terms of fat and sugar consumption. And so we know that we consume too much and we need to eliminate that. One of the ways we can do that is by not eating as much, but we can also improve the energy balance in our body by adding more fruits to our daily, everyday life and our everyday habits. So I want to take this time to thank all of you for coming this morning, and I want to let you know how much I really appreciate you helping me out with this demonstration. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.